welcome. This is Anime Analyst, and I am your host, Thomas Fry.
I'm your co-host Hasnan Zaidi.
And first of all, how you doing tonight?
It's a busy night for me, but it is now. It will be like it was busy today, but tomorrow I'm free. Like how
Okay.
it
Well,
works.
we got a lot of work coming up for this weekend, working on our big fall lineup video coming out. We're not going to do that live. We're just going to have the video come out. So please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share us, and make sure to click the bell to find out anything about coming up on that. So we look forward to that. All right, tonight's anime is In Another World with My Smartphone. So everybody's familiar with these two seasons. And tonight's show, we're gonna maybe blow some minds with some of the information we bring. It's not only just about the anime on this. This series follows 30 volumes, so there's 30 books written on this set. There, light novels, manga written on this his entire life. There is, and then the animes. We're hearing about a season 3. We hope season 3 is going to happen, but we're going to talk to you about seasons 1 and 2 tonight and everything going on with that. So this is 12 episodes. Season 2 was the spring of 2023. I believe season 1 was 2017 when they first put it out.
Summer.
Yeah.
It was summer of 2017.
Right. And Kadakawa was one of the big producers on this one, but there's a lot of them. I'm not going to go through the list. The list is on Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll owns the license on this. The studios is JC Staff. It's rendition from a light novel. It's an adventure comedy fantasy romance, harem, and isekai. And the harem, it's a, I guess you could say it's a harem. I mean, the dude ends up having 9 wives, so I guess you could call 9 wives a harem, but I don't know. My definition of harem is not the same as other people's definitions of harem, so I don't know. It's PG-13, and Mal has it scored at a 6.42. It's ranked at 7302, but its popularity is 1615, which is really good. This is I think it's a little underrated. This should be up in the low 7s at least, but for some reason it didn't pick up a big fan base on Mal, and we talked about this yesterday on the show. We had one on that Mal did not get a big fan base on it. They didn't get a lot of numbers to calculate stuff on, so it had a poor number, even though it was an excellent anime. This is I consider this top of the line anime. It's on Hulu, it's on Prime Video, it's on there is just list after list of places you can see this and ways you can follow this story. You don't need a TV. It's a manga, it's a light novel, it's an anime, it's everything. And so each different group of people that watch, they like their particular, what's the word I'm looking for? When you like a particular venue, I guess you could say. Like some people like manga, some people like anime, some people like books, and it doesn't always cross over. But on stuff like this, on animes like this, having a smartphone in another world, to me, that's super cool. I mean, that's the first thing I'm going to do if this happens to me. I'm pulling the smartphone out and going, well, can I use this? I mean, that gives him up. He goes into a world where they're equal to, like, the year 1100 in our world. And so if you had a smartphone back in year 1052, you're gonna be the talk of the town. You're gonna be the hero from the local. You're gonna have girls, and you're gonna have whatever you want, basically, because not only, and I love that about this anime, is he can go now. If Google Maps only worked like it worked in this, like it works for him in this anime, wouldn't that be cool? I
Just
mean,
like to find anybody with the name and the
exactly.
description, and you know their location. You
You
want to find the treasure, you want to find the demons, like anything you want to find, and you will have the pinpoint of that
and
exact
and
location.
the descriptions aren't even that detailed. He's like, blonde hair, average size, um, royalty. Poof, and it finds him. And it found the part that gets me is I still anyway. If Google Maps could only work like that, it'd be great. Um, and I I don't know. I like how the story develops. They give you enough time to understand each character. They give you a background to each character. And season one takes its time explaining everybody. And, it shows him making the gun when he's getting to that. It shows him making the bicycle. Then later there's hundreds and hundreds of them here and there. And, if you think about it, if you only have horse and buggy, and then all of a sudden you introduce a bicycle, you're gonna make some money.
Yes.
I mean, he's smart about putting that stuff together, and he sells them. He doesn't sell the plans; he sells the bicycles, and that's how he paid for his bookstore. He sold a bunch of bicycles, and he's smart about building stuff and creating a life for himself in this other world. Um, so all right, I'll go on all night. Y'all know me, so I'm gonna defer. What's your initial opinion of this anime?
Yeah, like you said, I think it is the first option or wish for everybody to have a mobile phone with the current knowledge and the internet and the infinite battery in the next world, where he can use that, like he help other people, like when he go to the restaurant, he get them the recipe for ice cream. So like they start making other, like he's doing all that, like he's using knowledge from this side of the world to use in the old times, and he's getting popular even, like he's to the point where the kingdoms will give him land to rule, like he
Yes,
became the king in the first season.
it
Oh
was Belfast and Regulus that gave him land from both, and gave him their princesses. And he ends up with four princesses, so he's doing really good. And he gets that land and he develops it and he makes a kingdom out of it. Now he's a king. And then with the whole premise, he's searching for Babylon in the midst of everything that's going on, and as he finds the pieces and adds more and more to it, he finds the frame machines, and now he's got something that can fight the antagonist of this world, which is the phrase. And there's supposedly a net around the world that's supposed to keep out aliens and other people trying to get into this world, and it's starting to fade. They don't go into it, and that's one of the things I want to read more about, because I'm interested in how this networks around the world, and how some are getting through but not all of them, and it did 5,000 years before. What'd you think of that video that the professor put out for him? And the first thing she starts with is the panty joke.
yes, and I think like that was a good point, and like this is the professor also told him that he is going to have 9 wives, and like they are okay with it. And I think, don't you think like they have this idea from the things that we have in real world? Like we
Oh,
think that
absolutely.
Like
The,
there was a civilization like that got wiped out without any trace, and we don't know anything. And but he's finding the traces. Like there was something like an advanced civilization that's completely wiped out after 5,000 years.
and there's no explanation on nothing and all that. Even where the capital was moved when they did that one thing, and they went and fought the headless horseman and end up, just and that's what any group doing a quest would. When you're done with the quest, you're sitting around like, I wonder if there's gold or something. So he pulls out Google Maps and he searched for expensive artifacts. It can't find nothing. She's like, no, 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 change the words. He does, and they find a fray. They find an enemy that was trapped and de-energized, and it took them a minute. They were pretty quick about figuring out that it's their own magic that they're fighting the enemy with, that the enemy's using to get more powerful, and you have to switch your attacks up on that. I like that part. I really like that episode. And of course, they have to fit in the beach episode. You got to get all the girls in bathing suits. That is a trope in anime that is well overplayed, but we
But
all like it.
if if we like look at the early episodes, he was trying to get to that point when he was pushing them to go for the slime hunt. So like he can see them like without the clothes, because when they told him that the slimes will make disappear the girl's clothes, and he wanted to go there, but they all opposed. Like we are not
Oh
going
yeah,
there.
he's like, I got to get these girls there. If if it eats your clothes off, then let's go kill them slimes. We can't leave them. Heaven forbid if one of them slimes get out and attack somebody, we can't have that. We got to go there and
And I think like they have that panty joke in many episodes, like when he was trying the magic, like when he without moving he was taking stuff from others, like with two sisters, and
oh,
he
the
jokingly
port,
said
yeah.
that yes, the next thing like I can take your panties, like they were both like, and then he
Well,
started
he
the
was
joke.
he said, "Can I take clothes?" And they immediately switched. Oh, you're a pervert. And he's like, "No, I'm not a pervert. I'm not. There's no way I'm a pervert. Wink, wink, wink." I mean, no, he's a normal red-blooded boy that's young. I mean, what boy that you is there a boy that that wouldn't want to see a cute girl in underwear? But I want to talk something specific about this particular anime because the story was started being written in 2015, and the the last publishing was in May of 2024. When you can sell 30 volumes of books, a publisher is not going to publish a book unless they know they can make money on it, because it costs a lot of money to make that book. So this story has gone on for years and years and years, and I wonder how long it's going to go. I don't know where they're taking. I haven't read the last chapter, but I do like the one thing that what started in season one with the wives and all that, they have stayed true to that. They have stayed true to the one child per wife that they had. He's got 9 names of children's: Arcia, Yakumu, Fragard, Quinn, Yoshino, Lynn, Elna, Stephanie, and Kuon. Those are his 9 children. So these children have been, they're born. They're actual characters in the in this storyline of, I have a smartphone in another world. It even lists his biological family. He's the only boy. He has a sister and a mother and father, and all the I can't say his last name for some reason, but his entire family, from where he left on Earth to even start, they even have that family listed. They have done this. They have done this story so well, and have sticking to the plot line from the beginning to the end so far. I hope that they keep going with the animes on this. Maybe even, some of them out there have 7, 8. And by the way, SAO is coming back with yet another season. Gun Gale Online got season 2. And so that would put SAO at 8 seasons. So I think with them having 30 books, and the first 2 seasons of the anime are the beginning of it, there's a lot of story to be told. And as long as it stays popular, I would like to see more of this story. And let's admit, we like anime. I'm lazy. I don't have time to read. I got too much stuff going on, so I can't read a book. But I can catch up on the whole thing in the anime, and I think that's one of the reasons I like anime so much. And we started this channel because there are a lot of good anime out there, but there's also a lot of anime that got hyped that is not worth the time to watch. And there's no real way to discern what you're looking at from the poster that goes with it, because it's not how good the anime makes a good poster, it's how good the illustrator makes a poster and makes you want to watch this. Now that you've completely seen one, would you say you are psyched up about completing watching season 2?
Yes. I would say I would, and I think the way that we talked before and you told me, I think after that we both will be waiting for season 3.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, I'm hyped about it. I can't wait for season 3. I went and did my research, before this show. I looked at how many volumes were out there. I got the names of the kids that he has over the next year. I mean, he's got 2 years worth of waiting to get to 18 to when he said he'd marry them all. So, and they're all getting a little impatient. They all look like they want to get married now. But I don't know. It's highly recommended from us. And there is a lot out there. So even if anime's not your thing, or you like anime and you want more of the story, but there's no anime there to get it, you can go read the novels. They're on Prime, they're on Books, Giddy Books, they're everywhere. So this is a popular Japanese writer that has written the same story and done for years and years, and I love seeing that. My only oof about this, and it's not really a complaint, that when they list the main characters on the sheet that goes with the anime, to me, Mochizuki Toya is the main character. They list all 9 of his wives as main characters. Well, Sakura has 3 lines in the entire 12 episodes. Excuse me, in the entire 24 episodes, she has 3 lines. That's not a main character to me. I don't like the way they listed it. Now, maybe they listed it that way because of they are using all top voice actresses and actor. I don't want to leave out Toya's voice. But I don't like how they list that. But that's a minor detail over the whole picture of seeing this anime. So let's see here. What would you, obviously we know you'd recommend 3 if it came out. Would you ever pick up a book to find out more about, when you're watching, and not this one in particular, but would you ever go and pull a book and finish reading about a story in a book? Or are you one of those that I'll wait for the anime to come out? If it don't, it was cool, but I'm not going to chase any more of a story.
I think like if I read a book before, I would continue reading it. But if I started the anime, I will wait for the anime.
Okay.
'Cause,
I mean, I pretty much, yeah, I do the same thing, but I was just curious if you would go. When I was doing the research for this one for the show, I was reading the wiki fandom sites. I was on the Japanese website that comes along with this, and there's not a lot of information out there, but the wiki fandom one's pretty cool. We need to like list that and everything. Let me bring something to your attention, and don't forget, on September 27th, we have an app talk show. We are going to go over Mao, All Manga, High Dive, Crunchyroll. No, I turned off the wrong one. Okay. Sorry about that. We're going to go over everything of how to log in, whether or not you got to pay, how to search things out. We will show each site. So we're not just saying, well, you go here and do this. No, we're not like that. We are going to show you, and we'll have a little window open there so we can show you where to hit the button to register, where to hit the button. And some of these you can even check out without registering. So it'd be worth checking it out. Now that's Friday, so that's coming up real soon. Tomorrow we have, where's my calendar? Tomorrow we have Trinity 7. Now, this is one of my all-time top 5 favorites. So, and right now you can watch the dub version at All Manga. You can watch the subtitled version at Crunchyroll. So, we're not owned by any one of these apps or companies, so we will tell you both paid versions, non-paid versions, and sometimes they get backwards. You can watch the dub for free, but you got to pay to watch the subtitled ones. It's kind of backwards on that one. So anyway, I think we got everything covered, so we will be ready. Don't forget to come back here tomorrow and check out Trinity 7 as our anime. And don't forget to check out In Another World with my smartphone. It's airing on Crunchyroll right now, and we think you'll like it, both the seasons. And we'll revisit this again. It's a whole lot of information we're passing off, and there's always more to the conversation, especially when you're talking a top-rated anime like this one. So you have a good evening. This is the Anime Analyst. I'm your host, Thomas Fry.
and I'm your co-host Asnan Zadi.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow.